Hello, Staten Island. How are you? This is Tom Bavona reporting for the Staten Island Advance for another edition of Together SI Spotlight on Business. And today we are very happy to have Luke Nasta join us. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Camelot of Staten Island. Luke, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Great, Luke. Luke, let's dive right in. Tell us a little bit about Camelot of Staten Island.
All right, Camelot was founded in 1971 by a North Shore Kiwanis Charitable Foundation. The reason why they founded it at that time is because there was a serious heroin problem, and they wanted to address it. We currently, let's see, 71 till now is almost 50 years, 49 years. Ambulatory services at our Forest Avenue location and residential services. We have 70 beds. 45 of them are located on the Seaview Hospital campus. 25 of them are located in the Port Richmond area. We're in the Bronx and Queens also in Tier 2 family shelters, providing counseling services there too.
Vital services, especially considering the opioid epidemic that's been going on for quite some time now. So your services and what you've been providing for so long are very necessary in Staten Island, in the tri-state area. Now let's talk a little bit about once COVID-19, the pandemic came to us and really started hitting home when everyone got quarantined there, Luke. We're talking about 2 months, 2-3 months that we've been in quarantine for. How's that affected Camelot, and what have you guys been doing? And you personally also have been tasked by the mayor of the city of New York to help on a council to help things get back to normal there, Luke.
Yeah, the mayor appointed myself and a number of Staten Islanders to his various councils. The one that I'm connected with is the Public Health and Healthcare Sector Advisory Council. There are 40 members. I've already had one meeting with them last night. It's an hour and a half meeting. It's mostly made up of MDs from around the city, and we'll see what comes out of it. I hope there's a positive outcome.
Luke, talk a little bit about what Camelot's been going through during this pandemic. Members in quarantine, those struggling with addiction, having an even tougher go. And I think you've made it pretty clear this epidemic has taken over the pandemic. Talk a little bit about what's been going on.
Actually, they're both pandemics. The definition of pandemic is that it's affecting a wide geographical area, and it's certainly throughout the entire United States. The opioid drug misuse and overdose deaths, so that qualifies it as a pandemic. It's certainly been overshadowed by the international pandemic of the COVID-19 virus, so it hasn't gone away. It's just been overshadowed by this deadly plague that's attacking us. And our information is that. And this is not documented information, but we're even better than documented information because we get it right away. We're boots on the ground, and the overdose deaths are increasing. They're increasing on Staten Island, as per the district attorney McMahon's report, that the amount of deaths increased, not the amount of overdoses.
Right.
People are just they're in solitude, and they're using opioids, whether it's fentanyl, street drugs, or prescription drugs. They're alone. They're dying. There's nobody there to revive them.
Right. And this is a big problem that shouldn't be overlooked, that requires a lot of assistance, whether it's the local, city, state, federal level, not to forget what has been going on quietly behind the scenes. Unfortunately, no one's been able to be there for them. What's the plea here, Luke, of what are the next steps and what is necessary to monitor and take care of these individuals?
Well, for one thing, with the severe economic depression that's on its way, we need government to hold our services harmless. We're really a minuscule part of whether it's the federal government or the state government. If you were to see the allocations to other areas, they're in the billions and multi-billions of dollars, and this service is barely 600 million compared to the 300 billion for mental health, 300 billion for developmental disabilities, 28 million, not million, billion for education, 100 billion for Department of Health. So it's such a critical service. It's been neglected for more than half a century, and we're told to step up to the plate and help people. We can do that, but we certainly can't take a reduction in our services.
You need a lot more resources in order to achieve what it is that Camelot's been doing for so long and so well for people affected here on Staten Island. Luke Nasta, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Anytime.
A very important message there for the Staten Island community. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Together SI Spotlight on the Business Community. Thanks to Luke Nasta for joining us. My name is Tal Bavona, reporting for the Staten Island Advance. Check us out next time.